Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the channel. This is a special edition video. In front of me is my brand new 2024 Toyota Tundra, which you're gonna see momentarily. Just to get everyone caught up, I tried to get a 1794 TRD off-road because it's my dream truck, but couldn't come to terms on that. So we were thinking limited, right? So it was gonna be limited TRD. It was either gonna be blueprint, silver, or lunar rock. Well, without further ado, let's take a look at what is sitting in the driveway. The new truck, 2024 Toyota Tundra, 1794 TRD off-road. Now, I'm gonna explain everything to you because something happened that made this deal come together when we thought it was all said and done and there wasn't a shot for this truck. September made a big difference. We're gonna do a walk around video on this. Today is gonna be the first drive. I did not drive the truck yet. I'm doing it with you guys. I'm extremely excited. So my professionalism is gonna go right out the window with making this video because I've always wanted a 1794. I never owned one. I've never driven a 1794 in the new gen either. But this thing is so loaded up, especially compared to the SR5 that we had. But like I said, we'll do a walk around video and go over everything. This is what we're dealing with, boys and girls. 1794, saddle brown everywhere. Black headliner. I can't tell you how much that matters to me. I know it's stupid. It has that great smell in here like leather. Just look at this, heated, ventilated, memory, heated, ventilated in the back. I got the big back seat again, finally. Window goes all the way down. 14-inch screen, JBL, digital rear view mirror, digital gauge cluster, heated steering wheel. I mean, literally everything, wireless charger, premium auto leveling headlights. You wanna take a look up front before we take this thing for a ride? Midnight black. I think this is the best color you can get when it comes to 1794 TRD off-road. So let me know what you think. It's got the TRD grill up front, 360 camera, those beautiful TRD wheels that we're used to. Says 1794 down on the door. Might as well just show you the back seat real quick. It's got the 1794 mats there, first aid kit. I got under seat storage because this is the regular iForce, not iForce Max. Got these shades here. We're talking high luxury. This will be the most luxurious Tundra I've ever owned. I had a Platinum 2017, but obviously the new gen has a lot more features. I am so excited to take this thing for a ride. Shall we? And I also will tell you all about, again, how this deal came together. Ryan Hood, CONICELLI Toyota, came through in the clutch when no one else would. So let's take this beautiful thing for a ride and talk about it a little bit. Well, this is a very exciting moment for me. If you've been around the channel a long time, you know I've been trying for like 2 months to bring this thing home, and it is finally done. Our first ride, you're seeing it with me. I never do first drive impressions without you. I want you to be here. I don't go take a little quick ride and then come back around and say, this is my first time. This is my first time. So this is a good moment, man. I'll tell you, I worked so hard to get this truck. 1794 TRD off-road, midnight black 2024, obviously saddle brown interior. This is truly my dream Tundra. Something that for some reason I've always loved 1794, which many of you know. I have a 1794 driver's seat office chair, and many of you know, I've always loved them, but I just never pulled the trigger on one, and I don't know why. But today is the day, and we're in this truck. Now, before we talk about driving stuff with this truck, and if it's any different from SR5, because there's so much more as far as features, comfort, the cab automatically sounds quieter. That's the first thing I noticed right off the bat. I really want to give love to CONICELLI Toyota. I want to give love to Dave, their GM, and especially Ryan Hood, who worked so hard with me to make this thing happen. It was something that, I made a video telling you guys it's not going to happen back in August, because in August it wasn't going to happen. It took to bring this home September. The new incentives with September, some of the lease factors changed with what they could do with these trucks. They discounted this thing heavy duty. They did everything they could to try to get this done. And that's why it went from, looks like we're not going to get into a 1794 to, wait a minute, the new incentives dropped the payment like over $100 a month, which that needed to happen to make this happen. why did we even try to get a high luxury trim Tundra? We just got an SR5 in 2023, back in April 2023, I should say. And the reason was, with the discounts going on, I wanted to take a stab, because, you know, if it turned out to be a no, I at least wanted to feel like I gave it a whirl, you know? And this, like I said, I didn't settle at all. This is my favorite exterior color when it comes to 1794 TRD off-road. I didn't want the regular 1794. I wanted the off-road, just because it's the total package to me, man. This is like luxury meets capability. I didn't care if it had the iForce Max or not. I really like the underseat storage. The engine, I could tell you right off the bat, feels just as good as my double cab, which I always felt had, you know, some good get up and go, good throttle response. Feel that? I mean, you don't feel it, but yeah. Whew. This has the heads up display, which I'm staring at right now. That's cool. Just an overall really neat experience to be able to drive this thing. Now, one thing I always used to talk about in the second gen that I want to talk about right now, because we just did around the block a few times and stopped at a few stop signs. I always used to say, in the second gen Crew Maxes, the brakes always had a lot of brake dive. The cab always felt like it was a little bit heavier on the Crew Max cabs. I'm not really feeling that in the new gen, coming right from a double cab, which I drove earlier. This thing feels powerful. The brakes are amazing on the new gen. The stopping power of them, they don't feel, you know, like there's any kind of like truck dive or anything like that. They have a great feel to them. Just overall experience of the brakes for me in all of the new gens I've driven are amazing. So that part is good. It looks like the throttle response is going to be good. We're going to go out to the main road now and give it a little ride. I'm just trying to get that feel before we get out there. But it's so good to have a back seat back. And you're going to hear a lot of rambling on this video. No notes or anything. This is just raw emotion because I'm so excited right now. I'm not even going to lie to you. This is cool. This is very exciting. The black headliner. How long have we talked about the black headliner? And good news for you, potential 2025 owners. The black headliner will now be on all Tundras in 2025. Some people asked why I didn't wait till 2025. Why would I go after a 2024? There's a few reasons there. Number one, this truck here stickers at $70,585, I think was this truck's. They sold this thing to me for like 63 and change. That is a big discount when it comes to 1794, at least per as some of the other dealerships were telling me, which was like 67, the best they could do, 68. This is a big discount. So I didn't want to let it ride for 2025 and then not be able to get that deal that we're sitting in right now. And what changed for the 1794? I'm missing out on the massaging seats. I'm missing out on the 1794 on the tailgate and the power tailgate, which I can live without. My wife is driving by me right now. She didn't see me because she's not used to the new truck. But yeah, so I wasn't upset that I'm missing out on a few of those things. That's not make or break for me. It's not like they did a lot of stuff different. There's just a few things here or there. I have the heads-up display, which I always thought was really cool in all these other Tundras that I've driven, the high-end stuff. I have the 1794 trim, which is what I really want, the saddle brown interior and all that. I mean, this is perfect. This is the perfect truck for me. And I know, you know, the SR5 was awesome, and I don't want you guys to think that anything changed as far as my love for SR5. Let's push the pedal down, see how she goes. Oof. It feels good, and with that fed-in noise, it sounds good because we have the JBL system, which means we have the fed-in engine noise through the speaker system back. I never really hated that. Some people dislike it, some like it. I'm on the side who likes it, so I'll definitely be enjoying that a little bit. But yeah, so the 2025, there were some minor changes done to it, but not enough for me to feel like I needed to wait and potentially not be able to get the deal that I got on this. I don't know if I would have been able to do it without Ryan Hood and Dave and even Carly. Carly works over at CONICELLI. She's the first CONICELLI person that I talked to when I was going to do dealer walks there. And they're just a great operation. And I have nothing but good things to say about them. When the wife needs a new vehicle, which is probably coming up within the next 6 months or so, we're going to CONICELLI. And I know a couple of my viewers have already spoke with Ryan Hood and bought Tundras. So that's really cool. They still have a ton on the lot. So if you're out there looking, you might want to at least give them a try and see if they could hit your numbers, because it's always good to find a dealership that A, hits the numbers you want to hit, but also their professionalism is amazing. They're very friendly people, and you guys don't even know how long Ryan Hood and I were trying to get this done and talking like every day for 2 months. So the patience of Ryan Hood should be something that we all just give him a round of applause for right here. And today we met for the first time in person. He delivered the truck to my house. That's how cool Ryan Hood is. And I think I made a friend today because we ended up sitting there talking for like an hour after the paperwork was done. And he's a cool guy and someone that I look forward to working with for all of my vehicles going forward. 100%, no doubt about that. Every once in a while, you find a dealership that, really goes out of their way for you. And it's not just, we need to make this car sale now. They could have told me to kick rocks months ago when I was just endlessly telling them how much I wanted a 1794. They could have been like, buddy, you can't afford a 1794 where you want your payment to be. And they kept working. And man, Ryan and Dave, huge high five to them, and can't wait to do business with them again. This was probably the hardest car buying experience of my life because so many things had to come together, but the smoothest car buying experience of my life because they made it feel like it was, on a friend-to-friend level versus bothering a dealership. So I give them a lot of love. I love walking their lot because they always have a huge amount of Tundras and some really good trims and all that. So all of that, I really look forward to continuing to do. We will always walk that lot. And they have 2 locations in Conshohocken, PA, and Springfield. So we've walked them before. We will walk them again. So Ryan Hood, you're my boy from here on out, as long as you keep selling cars. And he's a hockey player, which is always a great thing too. But just the feel of the truck is very similar to the new generation Tundras that I've driven. It is very comfortable right away. I don't feel like I'm in anything really different. I have the digital rear view mirror on right now, so it's not even like I'm looking back into a back seat for the first time in a while or anything like that. The only thing I would say is we have a huge moonroof over us now, which you guys have probably been getting blinded the whole time by the sun, and I apologize for that. It's just the time of day that it is. But smooth driving truck. Inside the truck feels a lot different. There's not a lot of plastic going on in here now. A lot of soft touch when you get into the high trim stuff, kind of like this. I love the digital gauge cluster. The digital gauge cluster is one of my favorite things about the new generation Tundra. I did not have that in SR5 because you can't get it in SR5. So it's really good that we have that again. People will ask this, so I want to address it up front. Why didn't you get the iForce Max? And do you feel like you're going to be someone that wishes down the road you got the iForce Max? The answer to that is I've had the iForce Max. It's great. It's powerful, but it's not like the iForce is a bad driving experience. This feels like it has plenty of power. It doesn't slouch at all. It doesn't feel like it's, missing something. So at the end of the day, the iForce Max engine adds about $2,500 to $3,000 to the price. And I was already trying to get something that I don't belong in, so I didn't want to add anything more to that price. If they came to me and they said, hey, all we could get you is an iForce Max and it would be the same price, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure. But to be completely honest with you, totally fine with the iForce, and I'm a happy camper 100%. So let me put this into perspective for you in closing. I got the truck I wanted. I didn't have to settle on anything. Just driving it down the road for the first time with you here, I'm in love. And we have all these crazy features back, which is so cool. The SR5 double cab had some good stuff in it. And that's what I was talking about before we got onto the main road. The SR5 should still be a truck that you check out if you don't want to get into these, high trim Tundras and pay the amount of money that they are. The SR5 comes pretty nicely loaded. You can't get JBL, you can't get moonroof and stuff like that, but it's not the end of the world. You can still get the 14-inch screen. It still, feels the same way as this one will because it has the same engine, same transmission. iForce Max isn't available in SR5, but don't think that the SR5 is not worth the look and then you go in and instantly start looking at limited. Definitely check it out. But I had a shot at my dream truck and I had to take it, and guess what? You never make the shots you don't take. Didn't Wayne Gretzky say that? Well, I took a shot and it went in the net. So we have ourselves a 2024 1794 TRD off-road. There's going to be some modifications coming to it almost right away. We'll talk about that on a future video. And also, we're going to do like a complete walk around too. This is just ride number one. Ryan got there, we signed all the paperwork, we talked for like an hour, and then I got in the truck and took it for a ride with you. So there's not much more to say for right now. I'm just going to shut the camera off and drive around and enjoy this beautiful truck. Saddle brown, baby. Smell that new leather. I am very happy. You have no idea. Especially after the time I put in to try to get it. This is an exciting time. Luxury, I needed the back seat. Back seat became a #1 priority recently for me. So we have that. We have all the luxury features we could ever handle. And this thing is going to be amazing. Taking it on Sundays to all the dealerships so I could drool over other Tundras, because that's not going to stop. I still love all Tundras. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for putting up with me with I'm not going to tell you what's coming till it gets here. And to be completely honest with you, of course I wanted to add suspense when you guys finally saw it. But the reason I didn't want to say was because I wasn't 100% until the truck got to my driveway. So I didn't want to say something and then it not happen. So we're here. The truck's here. It's going to be here for a while, because this is one that, where do you go from here? Is there an up? Not for a person that loves the 1794. This is the maximum. Capstone, I wouldn't want to buy a Capstone. I'm not really into the Capstone too much. This is a great amount of luxury right here. And then TRD Pro would be another one, which I already had a TRD Pro. There's nothing wrong with that, but I like 1794 better, so this is a win for me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You guys thought it was going to be limited, because I thought it was going to be limited, but it turns out the dream truck, 2024 Toyota Tundra, 1794 with the TRD off-road package. Be safe, be well. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Have a great day.